Where is that report on the evil guys that I requested already? It should be here by now.
Sir, here's that report on the evil guys you requested already.
Private, what took you so long? There are lives at stake here.
Sorry, sir. We had to make some last-minute adjustments to the report.
Last-minute adjustments, huh? What about the status update?
Status update. The evil guys are still evil, sir.
Well, let's see what these evil guys have been up to.
It's really evil!
How evil are we talking here?
Well, sir, they have a giant plane, a giant tank, a giant cart, and a giant samurai spaceship.
And what about that thing?
That's their giant flying robot crab, sir.
A giant flying robot crab. What do they need that for?
I don't know, sir, but it looks evil.
That it does, Private. That it does.
And they are the evil guys, so that would make sense.
That it would, Private. That it would.
What do we do, sir? What do we do?
I didn't think it would come to this. We might have to send in someone from the specialized team for unconventional problem identification and disruption.
But sir, are you sure?
These are the evil guys we're talking about here. We can spare no expense. Bring me their case files. Oh, there wouldn't be enough time. She has work the next day. When I said we were taking a risk, I didn't mean one this big. No, that'd be too easy. We want it to be a little exciting, don't we?
But I thought you said lives were at stake.
But I thought you said lives were at stake, sir.
Sorry, sir.
Aha! Private, I think we got our guy. If anyone could do it, it's him. Contact him immediately. We must stop the evil guys before it's too late.
Got it, sir.
What part of contact him immediately?
Oh, my bad. Sorry, sir.
Godspeed, BubberTubber. Is this letter calling me stupid? What if I told you that there was a Flash game that was so difficult that if you beat it, you won $10 million? Well, then I'd be a liar because I don't know any Flash game where that would happen. When I was growing up, it seemed like every Flash game was difficult. Now, whether or not that was because I was a dumb idiot child, a jit if you will, remains to be seen, but my brain has always associated Flash games with difficulty. A true test of a gamer's aptitude, fortitude, and any other tude out there. Attitude, I don't know. And throughout all of the Flash games that I have played in my time, there has never been a single challenge greater than Commando 2. If you know anything about Flash games, then you're probably already familiar with this one. I'm still gonna explain it though, so if you do, then just cover your ears or something. Commando 2 is a side-scrolling run-and-gun type game released in 2008 that sets you on a quest to single-handedly stop an evil faction set on taking over the world with nothing but guns, and more guns, and a knife, and a sword, and a grenade. And the game was made by a studio named Macrojoy, but it was actually produced by Miniclip, which if you didn't know was one of the titans of the Flash gaming space at the time. They were a big deal. I say at the time because I don't even know what this is, but you didn't really need me to tell you that. The Miniclip logo is stamped onto the bottom right corner of this game at all times. They do not want you to forget who produced this. You know, studios usually just have their little thing at the beginning of the game and then like the credits maybe. But here, lest we forget who put this together. Now you might be thinking,
BubberTubber, why Commando 2? What about Commando 1?
Well, Commando 2 kind of falls into the same category as Street Fighter 2, of sequels that allegedly have a first game. I say allegedly because they do have one, it's just that nobody really remembers them. And I mean, when you have a sequel as amazing as Commando 2, who can blame them? Now, as much as I love this game, I have a confession to make. I've never beaten it. It might be as close to perfect as a Flash game can get, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Younger me probably would have punched a hole in my monitor playing this if it weren't for the fact that I had no money. And I've never tried playing games with a giant hole in my monitor, but I don't think it'd be that fun to be honest. Just a hunch. But come on, the game was hard when I was a little jit, a little bopper. I'm a big grown-up now, so this game should be no problem. Right guys? Right? I'm right guys? Come on, you know I'm right. Right. Anyways, when you create a new character, you get to choose from either this lovely lady right here, Or this really cool guy right here. Man, look at that schnoz. He can probably smell the bullets coming at him. How can I not pick that? BubberTubber, reporting for duty! Before you can jump into any of the missions, and by missions, I mean just this one, you get to pick from a whole slew of different weapons to create your own loadout. Like the missions though, most of the weapons are locked for now, so we'll just be rocking with this. The game begins with some dude in the tiniest plane in the universe dropping you off on a random rooftop. And that's it. No backstory, no lore drop, just here you go, see you later. But Commando 2 was never about the story, it was about the action. And speaking of action, there's our first enemy right there. Get him! Right off the bat, you'll notice that this game looks great. Look at these nice backgrounds, these fluid animations, this fun art style. And this was a free game? Amazing! And the game gives you a lot of different weapons to shoot with. You got pistols, rifles, shotguns, rocket launchers, you name it. You know, I thought the military was foolish for only sending one guy to handle this, but I think he's got it covered. Look, he doesn't even need to breathe air. That's how awesome this guy is. God, how many bombs does this plane have? I don't know what's weirder, to be honest. The fact that the villains in this game have this many resources to throw at this one guy, or the fact that the heroes in this game only have one guy to throw at this many resources. Or I guess two guys. I didn't forget about you, plane man. All right, watch this. I'm gonna pull off a sneaky ambush. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Now everybody really has to die. That was embarrassing. Looks like the kid from Tattletale grew up to be this guy. Same athleticism and everything. He went from clearing kitchen counters to clearing entire trucks full of crystals. Most enemies drop various items from jewelry, to money, to even solid gold bars when they die. But all of it's pretty useless. Or I guess unless you care about getting a high score. And if there's one thing that remains true on the BubberTubber channel, is that I love not caring about score. The only two things of worth that you can pick up are occasional food items that restore your health and ammo boxes that fill the ammo of one of your guns. Be careful with the food though, because you don't just heal it back right away. No, that'd be too simple. You get the promise of new health that then slowly heals back. If you pick up some food and then get hit right after, you lose all of that new health. I call it hypothetical health. And hypothetical health sucks. A lot of the times when you pick up food, you're already in the middle of fighting, so you just end up getting hit anyways. And it's not like you can just wait until you've killed everything on screen to pick up the food. It disappears if you don't pick it up in time. What does this game believe in, the 5-second rule? Where is it going? Knock knock, who's there? Oh, a tank. And my reward for blowing it up is this nice barrel right here. Okay. What the hell just happened? Play that one again. I just fell through the floor. Was that supposed to happen? Let me try again. Are you serious? All right, let's see if you can just platform over it. The game is broken on the first level. I even tried making a new save file, but nothing changed. Not all is lost, however. After doing some digging, I found that since Commando 2 is such an old game, it can't properly run on bigger monitors that zoom in the game too far. If the game is too zoomed in, then the object collision gets all messed up and you start falling through stuff. So after switching to a smaller monitor and playing in a smaller window, I was finally able to walk across. Thank God. Was that one guy kicking all of those minecarts? My God, save some for the rest of us. After the minecart bonanza, you make it to this guy over here with a sword. You want a melee fight? I'll give you a melee fight. Okay, that's not fair. I'm gonna shoot you. Ha! Looks like I win. Wait, what are you doing? Can I go back and lose? I didn't want that to happen. Ooh, food. Was that cool? Oh, you bet it was. After only a few $100 million of this organization's budget went into trying to kill us, we finally make it to the first level boss. A giant cart with a catapult and some guy. This boss isn't bad. The catapult will throw rocks that bounce towards you, while the guy with the machine gun only fires in a straight line. And these guys just don't do anything. How lazy. Occasionally, the Sling Raider will charge forward, but you can just sit in this conveniently placed ditch here and be just fine. Blow it up, and just like that, you're on to the next mission. I swear, this man's nose grows every time I see it. For every mission you complete, you get access to new weapons, which are definitely hit or miss. Like, oh, thank you. I was really yearning for a silenced pistol to shoot at tanks and planes with. Now, I'm all set. The worst thing about these pistols is that you can't even replace the default pistol with them. You have to give up another weapon slot. What dumb idiot would I look like walking around with 2 slots dedicated to pistols? I don't even want 1. Yeah, get out of my way. Mission 2 starts up in a more urban setting with abandoned buildings and not abandoned people. Seriously, man, what are you still doing here? Are you okay? There was probably more bullets and explosions in this one clip than I'm sure your entire lineage has ever seen. And you're still here. Suit yourself? What? Didn't I just speak to you? Okay, hang on. I can't act like this is some crazy thing to see 2 of the same shopkeeper when I've already killed this same guy like 500 times. My bad, game. I shouldn't have brought it up. This mission adds snipers, which just clog your screen with these stupid scope crosshairs. Like, come on, man. I'm just trying to have a nice duel with these nice gentlemen. Can't you just leave me alone? Now, isn't this romantic? In the background, you got a guy giving a flower to this lovely lady in front of a building with all the windows shot out of it. In the foreground, you got a guy with a rocket launcher standing on a car while a sniper aims at him from a rooftop. Look, if it ain't like this, then I don't want it. Wait, where are you going? That's it. No more romance. I'm blowing up the building. What y'all sipping on, huh? It looks pretty good from over here. Can I have some? Oops. Oh, check this guy out. Whoa! Phew. Glad that's over. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, you want me to go down there? If you say so. Okay, really, guys? A plane underground, indivisible, with liberty and justice for a minefield, huh? Well, I guess I better be careful. Okay, that was silly. Let's actually... Okay, stop. Is there any part that doesn't have a mine? Aha! Good thing that's over. Hey, that's not fair. Why don't I get a horse? Oh, run, my noble steed. Just ignore that guy shooting at us. You're doing great. And ignore that guy shooting at us. And that guy shooting at us. And that guy shooting at... Eventually, you get to the second mission boss, who is just hanging out, I guess. In the tree. Wait, Kung Fu? What kind of martial art is that? Let's see. Oh, so nothing. Oh, wait. It's actually, this guy. So, shout out to him, I guess. That's not even a real martial art. You don't scare me, man. Oh. This is not gonna be a fair fight, is it? I stand corrected. It's almost like he heard me. Once the fight begins, the mystery of Kung Fu is solved pretty quickly. I don't know what it is, but something tells me he graduated from the Ryu School of Martial Arts. Oh, maybe it's because he uses all of Ryu's moves, actually. Maybe that's it. Potentially. Allegedly. Hypothetically, even. When he's halfway dead, he turns into Bob the Tomato and gets super versions of all his moves. But even though his introduction, moves, and Bob the Tomato form are cool, this is by far the easiest fight in the whole game. But I mean, what did you expect, really? He already killed all of his reinforcements. No, wait! Don't! I like that this gruesome and tragic scene of a man taking himself out for being a failure and disgracing his cause gets immediately broken up by this idiot looking at you with that stupid smile on his face, just being like,
Ha! How you like them apples?
I didn't like them at all, actually. That was really sad what just happened. And this is now the second time one of the bad guys has done this. Am I the bad guy? Mission 3 starts in the jungle with these guys cheering you on.
Hey, go, man. Oh, yeah. Woo. Go, go, go. All right. Yeah. Woo.
Thanks, guys. Sit tight, everyone. And if you're standing, stand tight, everyone, because I'm about to show you the scariest part of the whole game. Why are they so huge? These things are bigger than the tanks and the planes. Get away! And then you got bugs too. That's nasty. Oh, I almost forgot about the ground too. The ground itself becomes an obstacle in this mission. Now look at this part. They put a bunch of dead plants in the foreground so I can't even see where the plants are. That's not fair, game. You have me jumping around like an idiot over 20-foot crocodiles and I can't even see where I'm allowed to step. Why don't you just throw in a few landmines in there for good measure? Nobody will notice. Well, the first time I jumped off a cliff, it worked out, so I might as well do it again. Oh my God, get me out of here. A ride? For me? You're too kind. Yeah, get out of my way. I got an elephant now. You'd think one of them would have learned to not run straight into the charging elephant by now. Oh, I guess they learned. All right, just gotta jump my way up here. Should be no problem. Oh, let's try that again. Good lord. This is really where your character's limited mobility becomes a big problem. In any good platformer, you can lightly tap left or right to alter your character's trajectory in order to properly make a jump. That's a good thing. However, in this game, one tap of the A or D button makes your guy fly in that direction. That's a bad thing. This means that you have to be 100% sure of your jump before you take it, because there is no course correction here. One small mistake, and you're losing a life. I should have known he'd control like this though. Like, look at this. You think this guy knows subtlety? At least you only go back to the nearest checkpoint. If you had to start the mission over every time you died, the video would have ended right here. It's not like the game gets any less frustrating after you complete the platforming section though, because it dumps you right into these lasers. You can try all you want to memorize the pattern, but it won't matter. Just make sure you have enough health to get through it. And whichever engineer programmed the last laser to stick out like this, you suck. I'll program your laser to stick out like this. Wait, what? Who keeps writing these lines? Eventually, you get to this giant plane that isn't the boss of the mission. You mean to tell me that you put a cannon this big on a plane that's also on top of another plane? And you didn't think that was good enough for the final boss of the stage? Whatever, who is the real final boss? I don't even know what to say, to be honest. Other than, this is awesome. What am I supposed to say about this? It's a giant flying robot crab with a machine gun. He's shooting cannonballs and tank shells out of his back. I think he speaks for himself. Look, I don't know who came up with Crabocalypse, but clearly the rent was due, and I hope they got paid.
Ha! How you like them apples?
These ones are actually pretty good this time around. Good job, game. All right, mission 4, the true test of any Flash disciple. This level pushes you to your absolute gaming limit, and until now, I've never beaten it. But that all changes today. I mean, I beat Swords and Sandals 1 and Swords and Sandals 2. How bad could this be? Oh, not you. I like how mission 4 is just like, here, have the final boss of mission 2 in the first 30 seconds. How about that? Mission 4 doesn't even care how hard it is. It just wants you to lose. Let me just heal up with this delicious and nutritious fruit real quick. What the? Are you serious, game? The play's not even on the screen yet. Just the type of stuff you have to be ready for as a commando, I guess. You know, 1 minute you're shooting fruit from trees, the next you're being bombed by a plane flying 10 feet above you. Oh, looks like we get to choose which path we go on here. That's new and exciting. Let's try the teepee. That looks more inviting than the scary mask. Oh, that's not, ooh. I don't even remember this. What the hell? I shouldn't have picked this route. I am so sorry. At the end of this troubling section, you get to fight whoever this old guy is. Let's just get this over with. What the hell is this? Is this robot shooting missiles out of its crotch? And this guy isn't even a boss. This just happens at some point in the level. This is what I mean when I say this mission just throws stuff at you and it's just like, well, let's just see what happens, I guess. And I think that's awesome. More crotch rocket, big nose, machine gun, samurai sword robots, please. And now look, we got the stupid bubblegum brigade over here. We're just immortal. Like, look at this. Die. Due to budget cuts from the bubblegum brigade, we can only knife you now, so knife to meet you, I guess. After knifing our way through the population of a small metropolitan area, we finally make it to the top of this big building, where entire squadrons of planes shoot more missiles at us. You know, just standard stuff at this point. Those planes were just the appetizer though, because here's the real boss.
Doom tracks.
I wish I could say more about this boss though. None of its attacks can hurt you if you just keep jumping in the corner. Not the big rocket, not the tank blast, not even the, what is this, cheese? Give him a few missiles and then just blow him up? Oh, did you think that was the actual boss of the level? What made you think that? The actual boss health bar? Or maybe it's because I said, here's the real boss. Well,
I lied.
behold, the real boss. Oh, hang on. Behold, the real boss. The Warlord Samurai. And it's got all your favorites. Boxer Man, Sword Man, Gunman, Minecart Man, and Kung Fu Man, who just flies now, I guess.
They fly now? They fly now!
Guys, don't you need like some spacesuits or something if you're going into space like that? Bonus points for the cool design though. Your buddy from earlier gives you a platform to fly on, and just like that, you're off to fight the rocket. This is the only multi-stage fight of the game, with each segment of the rocket having to be blown off before you can continue. The first stage has a bubblegum trio mixed with this missile bay that just never stops shooting. Even when you destroy it, it keeps shooting. It doesn't care. And these missiles come out fast too. If you don't dodge them at the perfect time, you're cooked. The next stage features these idiots firing a giant laser, which I can't dodge for the life of me. It lasts too long to jump over, and every time I try crouching underneath it, it still hits me. You just have to destroy it as fast as you can. Then you got these three guns shooting out Mike and Ikes all over the place. These aren't as bad as the laser though, that's the real problem. Stage 3, this is really where it gets stupid. Instead of 1 missile bay, they've now upgraded to 6. That's great. The front 3 shoot homing missiles, while the back 3 just have them rain down from above. And good lord, look at this. What dodging am I doing here? And what's worse, after you destroy the missile bays, now you gotta play Jez Ball. And by that point, you're lucky if you have any health at all. This is where it'd be really helpful if you could control how powerful your jump was. Look, I wanna jump through this little section here to dodge the lasers, but I can only jump at full force every time, so I just end up getting smacked in the face instead. And every time you die, you have to start over. All 4 stages of the rocket with no ammo refills, no food, and 1 life. And Kid Me really thought I'd be able to do this. What an idiot. But now, as a smart adult, there's nothing holding me back this time. You're going down, Warlord Samurai. Beat the Jez Balls and you're on to the last stage. But not before the rocket obliterates your platform, forcing you to stand on its head and shoot it as it spits fireballs at you. I'm not scared of your fireballs anymore! I'm beating this! Yes! Let's go! Yes! I like how the Kung Fu guy still gets away at the end and acts like he did something. Like, where were you the entire fight? What was all that flying business about? Never mind. After you blow up the Warlord Samurai, you parachute down to a rescue helicopter, have a drink of your soda, and get your reward. Congratulations. Wow. That doesn't look like a good final score. But that doesn't matter, because I destroyed the rocket, I saved the world, and I brought the crown back! Commando 2, consider yourself beaten. Hello? I'm making complete what am I so? The most embarrassing thing you've ever seen? Hang on, I'll put you on speaker.
BubberTubber, you still haven't beaten the game yet.
What do you mean? I just got the congratulations message. I submitted my score and everything. Was it a good score?
Never mind that. People's lives are still in danger. That was just the easy samurai spaceship.
What do you mean the easy samurai spaceship? Oh no. To my absolute dismay, missions 1 to 4 were only the easy mode. We still have the normal and hard difficulties to get through. But don't worry, it's not like there's any new content to be had. It's just the same 4 missions from easy repeated, but just with more enemies. That's a relief. I was worried I'd be excited there for a second. On the bright side though, at least we get access to some cool new weapons. It'd be a lot cooler if I wasn't locked into the rinky-dink knife and the rinky-dink pistol though. Like, come on game, when am I gonna get to use this against the spaceship? Alright, well let's test out this new awesome weapon I just unlocked. This thing sucks. I don't really see any new enemies no more. What do you... Okay, now you've taken it too far, game. What? I died? Oh, I only had 2 lives left. Silly me for thinking that my lives would get replenished when I got to normal. I like how in the headline of my death, it still shows the miniclip.com watermark. Glad to see them sponsoring my death. In addition to adding a lot more enemies, normal difficulty also makes them do a lot more damage. That's a problem because now things that would fly in easy mode aren't gonna work here anymore. Allow me to show you an example. Take a look at our old friend Sling Raider. Remember how easy this boss was in easy mode? Well, in normal, it's not. I'm gonna show you a few screenshots, and maybe you can help me figure out how to dodge the attacks. Sound good? Alright, first image. Now see, I want to take no damage. Let's see what I have to avoid. I'm going to mark the danger zone in red. First, there's the spread of gunfire going across the top here, so just mark this as off limits. And then the rocks bounce like this, and there's more of them this time around. So let's make sure to mark all of them. Do you see an opening? Nope, me neither. Let's see what happens. Oops, I took damage there. That's not supposed to happen. Let's try a different image. Remember, we want to take no damage here. So let's mark every place where we will take no damage. Alright, let's see how I handle this. Ah, so close. Let's just do one more. Third time's the charm. I'm sure we'll get it this time. Oh man, so close. And I'm not exaggerating. Look at this. I jump over these rocks, jump over the next ones, and boom, bullets to the face. And this happens every time. It wouldn't be so bad if this guy just knew how to control his jump. This is the normal difficulty of the game, and I can't get past the first mission. But I can't give up now. I mean, this is BubberTubber we're talking about here. He's no slouch. Okay, maybe BubberTubber is a slouch. Finally though, after many attempts, I was able to destroy the Sling Raider. And that was the first mission. Good lord.
Ha! How you like?
Mission 2, we get access to a new rifle and the Moon Shadow. Aw, yeah. It's not that good to be honest, but it's better than whatever this was. Okay, now I'm no plane expert, but I don't think you can fit that many people in there. Or actually, they're falling from above the plane. The plane's just here for vibes, I guess. I'm not so naive to your tricks this time, Minefield. I came prepared. Hey, Mr. Kong. Wait, let me just heal up real quick, okay? Don't mind me. Hey, Mr. Kung Fu, are you keeping your friends around this time? I guess not. Alright, let's see what we got. Rocket launcher, rocket launcher, rocket launcher, gun. Well, I guess we are in the G section. G for gun, not G for gawket gauncher. A big problem with this G for gun is that it's too long. The only way to dodge the crocodiles is for you to jump on top of them. When I do that, my gun just goes through them and shoots the ground instead. So in order to kill this guy, I basically have to throw my life away. I always love walking in these little houses. Like, you think you're getting a little bit of a breather from the forces of nature that you just had to blow up, and then you walk in and you just see 8 guys shooting at you with missiles. Did y'all see me in the doorway? I was healing. Alright, you remember what happened last time. Just be careful. Ooh, ammo. Let me just move out the way so I know which one needs reloading. I swear I didn't do that on purpose. Okay, be careful. Whoa! The Commando gods have blessed me today. We finally hit our next roadblock when we run into the giant plane. Not only does this thing just have infinity times 1 million health, but it hurts. You get caught by the tiniest bullet and there goes a chunk of your HP. And don't even get me started on the homing missiles. If this guy's giving me this much of a problem, my chances against Mr. Krabs are a joke. Can I get some reinforcements, guys? Is this really all I get? Come on, I've almost got him. Yes! Okay, now I gotta get ready for the crab. Just don't make any dumb mistakes. Alright, it's the next day. Let's get back out there and go team! The day before, I had lost the plane 30 times and only got to Crabocalypse once. We all know how that ended. After dying 10 more, give or take, 10 more times to the plane, I finally got another chance at the crab. But this time around, I had a strategy. I was a bumbling idiot last time I tussled with Mr. Krabs. But with some new technology in my back pocket, this fight went from one of the most difficult to one of the least difficult bosses in the whole game. If you scroll between your weapons really fast while holding down the fire button, you'll start firing all of them at once. And if you didn't know, this does a lot more damage than this. Is it a cheat tactic? Yeah, probably, but this is a cheap boss, so bye-bye. With Crabocalypse dead, it was time once again for Mission 4. I hate Mission 4. There is no exaggeration when I mean that Mission 4 on normal difficulty is the most difficult challenge I've ever faced in gaming.
Well, I guess you haven't played a lot of difficult games.
Shut up! Shut up! But you know me. I'm challenged. Wait, but you know me. I love a good challenge. So bring it on, Mission 4. Bring it. I died 6 times to the Kung Fu guy. And this is the beginning of the mission. Alright, well now that we're back here, let's try the other route. That one's a little concerning. Okay, never mind. Can we go back to the other one? Not only do you have 10,000 bees and planes shooting at you every 2 seconds, but you have to walk through this poisonous gas. How do you avoid the poisonous gas? Oh, well, you literally don't do that, actually. Every second you stand in it, you take damage. But the only way to deal with it is to walk through it, which makes you take damage. You can try jumping, you can try shooting it, nothing stops it. It's basically a health tax. No thanks. It's parts like this where it becomes increasingly apparent that this game is not about dodging. What dodging am I meant to do here? And this is the normal difficulty. This is how the game is supposed to be played. Yeah, okay. Give Doomtrax the Kerbocalypse treatment, and we're back at the Warlord Samurai. Now, I want you to think of something that you would find in your worst nightmares, your greatest fears. Now, multiply that by at least 500. That is the Warlord Samurai on normal difficulty. God, it sounds so stupid saying normal difficulty. Like, oh, you can't be normal difficulty? No! First up is the missile bay. The first one. This is the worst part of the entire fight. Not because of how difficult the missiles are to dodge, although they are, but because of what weapon you have to use. Unlike in easy mode, you simply don't have enough ammo for all the stages. And since this stage has the most predictable dodging pattern, that means you have to save your ammo here by using the rinky-dink pistol. This pistol does 0 damage. A stage that could take anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds in easy mode now takes 3 minutes here. And that's just if you stood still. You still have to dodge missiles. Don't even get me started on these things. Every time you jump, you have to make sure you do it at the exact right time. A moment too late, and you get hit by the first one. A moment too soon, and you get hit by the last one. So not only do you have to make perfect jumps every time these things come at you, but you have to make perfect jumps for 3 minutes straight. That is awful. Come on, it can't end like this. I just have to, what do they say, dig deep? I don't know how much deeper I can dig, to be honest. We might hit bedrock soon. But okay, let's say you master the jumping on the first stage. What's next? On the laser section, you can't waste any time. You have to blow that thing up as fast as possible, because if it hits you, say goodbye. Thankfully, our trusty scroll wheel comes in handy to make this the easiest section of the whole boss. Too bad I only ever get to try it after going through this. When you get to the third stage, you might as well just turn off your computer. Unless you think whatever this is fair. If you have ammo left to spare, this is where you're going to be using most of it. The more missile bays you can get rid of, the better your chances are. You can shoot the missiles to get rid of them, but a lot of the weapons you'll want to be bringing to this fight aren't good at hitting them. You'd rather use them on the bays instead anyways. Oh, and it's not like the rinky-dink pistol is gonna save you either. But if you somehow make it past all of that, you still have to deal with Jezball. The Jezball section is really where the limitations of your character's mobility are on full display. Like, look at this. This is guaranteed death. You just have to hope that you get lucky with dodging. But how much luck can you really get? Once you're here, you're only 1 or 2 hits away from death. You have to be perfect. And perfect, your character is not. Okay, this is looking good. We've got a lot of health, and we're going. This is my last life. If I don't make it here, it's over. All that hard work. And for what? But I can't think about that right now. I have to win and stop these evil guys. Let's do this.
Despite BubberTubber's best efforts, he was ultimately unable to destroy the warlord samurai and bring peace to all the lands. This is truly a dark time for us all, as the evil guys will surely look to take over the world. May God have mercy on us all.
I think if I beat this game, I'd actually be drafted on the spot, so I think I'm okay with leaving it here. Overall, Commando 2 is still a great game. I don't even have to play the rest of it to tell you that. For a free Flash game that you can play on your browser, this is insane quality. The art style is clean and eye-catching, the weapons are all fun to use, the music is nice. Really, what isn't good about this game? While it can be extremely frustrating at points, so much so that I wasn't able to finish it, even now as I edit this video, I have an itch just to give it one more try. That feeling that you get from making it just a bit further in the level after every death is one of the more satisfying feelings in any game, and they've really mastered it here. There are other Commando games in this series, and I'm not opposed to checking them out if this video does well enough, but for now, I feel like I did this game justice. Commando 2, you win this time, but next time? Oh, you bet I'll win next time. I knew we should have went with the super soldier.